Some of my students are lucky enough to receive multiple offers for a job, internship, or thesis. The situation is more critical when a student receives one offer and is still waiting for one or two more offers. In those cases, the questions revolve around two things. First, how do I decide for myself which offer I should take? Second, what do I tell the companies while I'm trying to make a decision? If you're struggling between two or more options, I recommend that you try an analytical approach to get more clarity. When I'm deciding on something, I'll list the criteria that are relevant to that decision. Then I make up my mind about them separately. Let's look at those criteria for deciding between two jobs or internships. One of them is payment or salary. This may be very relevant for your first job or your next internship, unless you don't rely too much on money and find that something else is more important. You can give a score of 0 to 5 points. All criteria aren't equally important. That is why I add another column and weigh each criterion with a factor between 0 and 5. The result is the multiplication of the score and the weighting factor. If we're looking at an internship or a thesis, my tip is not to focus too much on that relatively small payment, unless you rely on it, of course. Maybe a better non-paid internship option may have a much bigger return on investment in the long term. The second criterion is the position. Is it a good fit for you with respect to your skill set and what you want to do? Will you feel fulfilled in this position? The next one could be location. Think about how you feel about being distant from friends and family. How do you feel about moving to maybe another cultural environment? Maybe you didn't get your dream job or internship, but the offer you got is an interesting alternative. How is this position relevant to your career? Can you advance in a direction that you see yourself in the long term? Is it a position or corporate environment that allows you to grow? Is this position challenging enough but not too challenging? Do you have the right skill set? How will it affect you with respect to stress and satisfaction at work? I've seen lots of students take on internships and theses that were too big to handle. Doing a task that is a few levels above one's capabilities doesn't mean that the learning curve will be bigger. Jumping over a few steps can hinder the learning curve and lead to frustration. Then we have the work environment. How do you feel about the brand and the company culture? How did you feel about the people in the interview? Feel free to add another criterion that you think is relevant. Now, it may be that there isn't a clear winner after this evaluation. I bet that happens in many cases. At least you know what matters most to you. Maybe there's one criterion that bothers you so much that it's already a no-go for one of the options. You also looked at the problem from different angles. Talk about your struggle with different people like friends and family, but also your professors. Let their views complement yours. For the final decision, it's okay when you listen to your inner voice. Let's talk about how to play the companies. Things won't follow a straight timeline. You may have already accepted one offer only to receive a more attractive offer 1 week later. You want to avoid that. My tip here is to evaluate your options as soon as you receive the first offer. Let's say you got an offer from company A while the offer for company B is still pending. Start comparing those two options now. If A is the winner anyway, you save yourself some trouble. You don't have to wait for other offers and can accept A. If A and B are almost equal for you, why go through the trouble of waiting if you have one safe option already? When B is the preferred job, that's when students get nervous. How do you tell company A that you need more time? And how do you tell company B to speed up their decision? Simple. Here's what you could write to company B. I need to inform you that I received an offer for another company today. They expect my answer soon. I'm telling you openly that I would prefer to work for your company. Is there any chance I can hear your decision by? And then you provide a date. Thank you for your time and for understanding my situation. Hopefully you get a clear yes or no after that so that you can proceed accordingly. Don't hesitate to give them a call if you don't get a reply within a week. So what do you tell company A in the meantime? The company that is your second choice. If you're afraid of telling the truth, it's okay to stall your reply for a week or so with a few simple tricks. Things you could say, for example, are, I will read the paperwork carefully and get back to you next week with a few questions. Then ask a few questions to win a few more days. You can also directly ask questions in an email or even ask to schedule a short call. This will also give you time. Or simply tell them that you would like a week or two to make your decision. You don't even have to provide a reason. If it takes company B longer to make a decision, and if you're okay with telling the truth, I don't think you need to fear consequences. The truth may even make you more attractive to company A, and they'd be happy to wait for your decision, at least for a few more days. You can write that you're currently waiting for another offer that you would like to consider before making your final decision. So far, the decision tree was quite straightforward, but what if things happen last minute? Let's say you accepted an offer, you're just about to start working or even have started. Suddenly, after a long delay, you still got the offer from your preferred company. You really want that position. It's understandable, that your conscience will bother you. You don't want to let down the company that you already accepted. My answer to this is very clear. This is your life and your career. This decision matters a lot more to you than it matters to the company. They will find replacement. If you make a turn, it won't really affect them, especially when we're talking about an internship or a thesis. Sure, it's inconvenient for the company, but they'll get over it. There's no need to play the person of honor here. If it's about a full-time job and you already signed a contract, you will have to read the details though. Maybe you won't get out of it legally. Then ask yourself if it's worth the potential conflict. One career decision is only one step in a long journey. You can always change the company next year. There's so much to discover about your future career in college already. For example, have a look at my video about the specialization circle that helps you target your dream job. See you soon.